Okay, so I've got the text commencement address, and it's by Michelle Obama, and it was delivered in 2013 at a graduation um, on Bowie State University in Maryland, and it's a speech that tells about how hard Black people have fought through generations to be where they are today and to be able to have an education, and how the generation now just takes that the generation now take that for granted. And I'm going to analyze the language, the appeal, the themes, and the intention. To start off with, I'm going to analyze the language. And Michelle Obama uses a lot of interjections in her speech. One example is when she says, "Oh no, oh no," and this she does so that the speech gets a vibe of spoken language. Um, Another place that you can see this is when she starts off with an "and" in the start of some sentences, and this also does that she gets this more informal language. Besides from that, she also does use rhetorical questions like, "Do you hear me?" And one place she says this to get the reader or viewer's intention to really point out that what I just said was really important. And also she does use anaphora on page 8 in the end and 9 in the start or in the top, where she starts every sentence with a "think about." Also, she uses antithesis to compare black to white, and this she uses because of the theme that I'm going to tell about after appeals. She uses logos a lot when she tells about historical parallels, like what the Black people have done to be where they are today. And she also tells about scientists and how scientists have found out that if you get an education, then you'll live longer. And with this, she uses by telling her own story. And this she does to say that this can happen. You can get an education, and she uses Ariel's story to indicate that it has also been seen for others, and therefore she also does use ethers. The themes in the text, one of the themes is Black people have fought, I've called it, and to that I'm going to read and quote on page 7, line 35. And by 1866, just a year later, it began offering education courses to train a new generation of African American teachers. Now, just think about this for a moment. For generations in many parts of this country, it was illegal for Black people to get an education. This is a very strong theme in her text, and she have she has this theme to compare it with the theme that young people has to get back on track, that they has to get an education and not just throw away what generations before have fought for. Um, and the intention with that speech is that to tell the generations now, the generation of the black people, of course, that how important that it is to get an education. And um, she succeeds in giving this intention because of her language, and because of the way that she uses appeals for her advantage, so that the reader or viewer will sorry, it was my mom, that will gain trust to her. And she also succeeds in showing succeeds by showing that others have fought a real hard battle to be where they are, so that the young people will feel that they have a responsibility to keep on being equal with the white people.